always break stuff in my house.
You left them alone in the house.
We just went to the store.
I don't care where you went.
My son didn't break this TV.
I don't care whether he broke the TV or not. But you can't leave 3 little boys home alone. Case is about, these are your children. According to your complaint, one of the defendant's children, while playing with yours, broke a television in your house.
Yes.
And let me understand this. You have one child?
Yes.
This boy,
Yes.
who's 9,
Yes.
and you have 2 boys who are 8.
11 and 8.
You ladies have been friends for a very long time, according to what I read in the complaint. Miss Bennett, Miss Gates brought her 2 boys to your home for a play date, and you 2 ladies were going to go shopping.
Yes.
When was that?
May the 2nd.
Of this year?
Yes.
What time?
It was like in the afternoon. We met up earlier. It was my brother's birthday, and they had a barbecue. So we was over their house earlier. And the kids wanted to play more, and we was leaving. So we was going to take the party to my house. So we went to go get some more stuff to take the party to my house, and we left them in the house playing.
You left them in your house?
Yes.
The 3 boys?
Yes.
Who else was there?
Nobody.
You can't do that.
We just went to the store.
I don't care where you went. You can't do that. Because this is what happened. You went, there was a new game that your son had. One of the boys, you allege, didn't know how to work the goggles.
No. They know how to work the goggles.
Whatever, one of the boys evidently did not know what he was doing. One of our boys, this is what you claim. And because he didn't know what he was doing, the goggles came off, something came off, and he broke the television.
They played this game several times.
I don't care whether they played the games 100 times. You can't leave 3 little boys home alone and expect anybody, especially not me, to hold, uncross your hands, to hold anybody responsible for any damage. You can't leave a 9-year-old home alone with an 8-year-old. Just so that I know, it's the 8-year-old that you claim didn't know what he was doing, or the 11-year-old?
It's the 8-year-old.
The 8-year-old, right. Well, somebody should have been supervising him. Who was supposed to supervise him?
We left the 11-year-old in charge.
You can't leave an 11-year-old in charge of 2 8-year-olds.
First of all, Your Honor,
That's ridiculous. What?
she's claimed to me in the past that
Just a second. Does it look like you're losing?
No.
Well, you are losing to this extent that you had young children and you left 3 young boys, and they're little boys, in a house. Is this an apartment or a private house?
It's a private house.
Is there a stove? Yes, of course, there's a stove in the house. There are other electrical items in the house? Of course there are. There are things that could be trouble. There could be a fire. There could be something. You can't leave 3 little boys alone. What were you thinking about leaving your son alone?
Well, we just went up the street. They know not to touch the stove, so...
They know not to do all these things, but they didn't know how not to break your television? Is that what you say? They know everything else. Do you think this would have happened if you were home watching them?
Yes.
If it happened, then you would have been responsible. If you would have seen something that said to you, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's being careless, then that's on you.
They do know what to do. They played the game several times. They know the rules of the game, and they know where to play at. They've been They've been playing this game since Christmas. So it ain't like it was the first time that they played and they didn't know.
Miss Bennett, what I'm telling you is, I would never, ever reward parents who left their children home unsupervised with anything in a court for this kind of negligence. I would never. You know how long it takes something to happen? Do you know how long it takes an 8-year-old to bite into something and start choking? And who's supposed to take care of that? A 9-year-old? Who's supposed to take care of that? That takes a second. The same second as it takes you to go shopping. That's why parents of young children should not leave their children alone and unattended, ever. You know, you let them play outside when they're 8 or 9 years old. You let them go with their friends. But to leave them alone in a house and then expect the other parent to be responsible if something gets broken, an ashtray gets broken, a bowl gets broken, a glass gets broken. One of them goes into a liquor cabinet and decides, oh, we're going to try this because, you know, we're not supposed to do this, but nobody's home. How long have you been leaving your children home alone?
It was just that one time we just went up the street.
So you've never done it before?
No.
And why have you never done it before, left just children alone?
We always had them with us.
I always find a babysitter for mine whenever I want to go out and hang.
Well, I
she
want to
didn't
explain something to you. You left your children home alone this time on May 2nd. You left your children home alone. I'm not saying you
Yeah,
did
I was
anything
under
right.
the
I'm saying
impression-
I'm not rewarding her because she was complicit in leaving the kids alone and they broke something.
I was under the impression that she had cameras in the inside. She was also
That
has
she
told me
what?
that had cameras in the inside of her home. So this is the reason why I feel as though my son didn't break this TV.
I don't care whether he broke the TV or not. I actually don't care whether he broke the TV or not. If she hadn't said with you, let's go to the store, and your son came into the house uninvited and broke it, well, I could say, well, then you're responsible for his actions. But the two of you went off and left 3 little boys in the house. You think I'm going to get involved in rewarding one of you because something got broken? Deal with
But they
it.
always break stuff in my house.
And?
Yours do too.
Shh, just a second. And?
My son never broke nothing in her
Girl.
house.
Just a second. Did you say her sons always breaks?
Yes.
Shh, just, so why did you leave them home alone? You always break something in your house. Like what? Give me an example.
Well, I was home this time.
Oh, just tell me.
My son said they broke
No,
the
no,
TV.
not your
I mean, his tablet. They,
broke-
never
just a
broke
second.
no tablet.
Just
They have their
I
own
don't
phones. They
want to
don't
hear
need
you
no
unless I'm
tablet.
talking
Stop
to you.
lying, Keisha.
Do you
Stop
understand?
lying.
Don't talk over me. I don't want to hear you unless I'm talking to you. Don't interrupt. I'm having a question and answer with her, not with you.
They broke my son's tablet.
So they broke his tablet. So you know
She
that
knows that.
Just
No,
listen to me. So
you never told me that. You just brought this up today.
something is definitely wrong with you. You're being sued, and you have a judge who just told her she doesn't have a case. Why would you have anything to say at all? It's just that you can't control yourself. If her sons, one or both of them, broke his tablet,
I didn't know they broke the tablet till after that the TV was broke, because I went to go see the tablet.
Miss Bennett, you said a moment ago, they break things all the time.
Yeah.
Just a second. Could you read that back to me?
So, but they always break stuff in my house.
Okay, so is now what you're saying that they always break things in your house, but you didn't know about it until after they broke the television?
Certain
Shh,
things.
shh. Well, what things did you know that they broke, just for my own information, before you left them alone in the house while you were there?
Well, these are
What did
over-
they break?
Okay, one of them broke the chair.
A chair.
Yes.
Okay, and when that child, whichever one, broke the chair,
Yes.
what happened?
Well, this was on my wedding, and she know that because she was in my wedding.
And you were supervising them.
No, we had a babysitter.
Great. You had a sitter who was supposed to be supervising them.
Yes.
Did she pay you for the chair?
No.
Just a second. She didn't pay you for the chair because
No.
the children were at your house as invited guests. What else was broken by them? I'm just curious.
7-year-old, he pulled, the back seat of the car. He snatched the thing off of it. It's like the back seat of your driver's side that you put mail and stuff in.
Yes.
I told her that he broke that too.
And who was with him in the car?
We was.
So you were supervising him.
Yes.
Didn't supervise him adequately. What else was
That's
broken?
it.
Okay. So now you know that there was a history, and yet you still left 3 little boys in your house unsupervised. And last year, you had a babysitter, according to you. You had a sitter.
Yes.
Right? Why didn't you get a sitter when you wanted to go out to the store?
My house, and there's a block, and the corner store is right there.
Don't you understand? It doesn't make any difference whether you went
We
to
didn't
the
have
corner
we
store.
didn't have a sitter at that point in time. We went to go get them some
Just a
stuff.
second. I'm not going to belabor this anymore. Both of you didn't have to go to the store. If you were going to buy food, both of you didn't have to go. One of you says, and probably you, I'll give you my share of the money, you go to the store. Or she says to you, I'll give you my share of the money for what we're going to buy at the corner store. I'll stay home with the boys. You decided to go together.
That was the point, because we didn't have the share that we could give each other. I'm not giving her my credit card to go buy anything. And she didn't give me her credit card to go buy anything.
Then you could have gone individually. It's right at the corner. You take your credit card, you go to the store, you buy what you want with your credit card. 10 minutes later, you come back and you say, I'm here now. And you go with your credit card and pick up the rest of the stuff that we need on your credit card. You don't have to be a genius to figure this out. You just wanted to go to keep each other company and leave the boys home alone. I don't know how long they were home alone. I have no idea. In any event, I'm not rewarding bad conduct with money. Your case is dismissed.
I'm glad what the judgment of how it was because it shouldn't have been here in the first place.
She should be accountable of what her kid do regardless.
Did my son really break it or was this TV already broken?
He was the only one in there playing the game. So he's the only one broke the TV.
Her son can always come around and be around.
I'll try to punish the mother for she could know to have more control of your kids and have your kids to have more, training when they go to other people's houses.
My parents loved me dearly, but they thought that I was more grown up, I guess, or maybe they just weren't thinking, and they were thinking people. But I remember when I was 10, they left me alone in charge of my 5-year-old brother and went away for a weekend. Late one night, I thought I heard someone breaking into the house, and I remember I got so frightened, I grabbed my brother and took the phone that was in the hall and called the police, and the police showed up, and they said, where are your parents? And I said, they're in the Catskills for the weekend. They called my grandmother, and they said, your grandchildren are home alone at 10 and 5. If you don't come and take them, we're taking them into protective custody.
Oh, my God.
And I remember she had such an argument with my mother. They, of course, came back early from their vacation.
Different time.
Maybe it was a different time and you didn't worry about bad things happening. But you hear so many horrendous stories about a fire.
Yeah. Things that happen very quickly.
A child getting sick, having an episode. And there was absolutely no reason for these two women to go alone with each other to the store. There are all kinds of options other than to leave 3 little boys home alone.
It could have been a lot worse than just a broken TV.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. No, this is one of those cases where I'm like, what were you thinking? So let me get this straight. 3 little boys, ages 8, 9, and 11, home alone. And both moms go, let's go to the store real quick. Seriously? Not one adult stayed. Not one. And then they come back and say, who broke the TV? B row. That's not even the right question. The real question is, why were they alone in the first place? And the judge said it perfect. You can't leave 3 little boys home alone. Ever. Like, this isn't complicated. You've got a house, a stove, electricity, breakable stuff. And you leave kids alone and expect nothing bad to happen? Come on. And then she tries to say, they know what they're doing. They've played the game before. No! Kids knowing something and kids being supervised are 2 different things. Because kids do one thing very well. Make bad decisions fast. Now, here's where it gets crazy. She's blaming the other mom's kid. Your son broke my TV, but the judge is like, I don't even care who broke it. That line, that ended the whole case. Because the moment you left them alone, you became responsible. Doesn't matter. Who touched it? Who dropped it? Who messed up? You left them unsupervised. That's negligence. And then she makes it worse. She says, they always break stuff in my house. Wait, what? So you knew these kids break things. There's history. And you still left them alone. Seriously, bro? That's like saying, my dog bites people, so I left him alone with guests. Make it make sense. Now let's talk about the friend, because she's not innocent either. You left your kids there too. You didn't say, hey, I'll stay back. You go to the store. Nope, both went. Both left. Both made the same bad decision. So guess what? Nobody wins. And the judge said it straight. I'm not rewarding bad conduct with money. Translation, no free money, no excuses, no case. Case dismissed. Now here's the real lesson. This wasn't about a TV. This could have been way worse. Fire, injury, choking, emergency. And who would help? An 11-year-old? That's the scary part. Because this could have turned into a tragedy. Not just a broken TV. Final opinion. Both parents messed up. Both were irresponsible. Both tried to blame each other. But in reality, They both caused the situation, and the judge shut it down immediately. If you want more real, no-filter reactions like this, subscribe, stay tuned, because these cases, they're not just drama, they're life lessons.